Good evening. Welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. Can someone tell me if you hear me? Because if you can hear me, I will be a very happy person. I'm getting waves from Michelle, but I don't think she's listening.
No, I can hear you. I was just raving to the people.
I'm talking about but I'm talking about can the people hear me? That'd be nice.
Yes.
To know. They can.
Yes.
Yay! Wait a minute. So we have a time where we don't have audio problems, and I start off talking about audio problems. Is that not a bit fucked? Fucking terrible, useless. Anyway,
only the third one.
Tales of Myth and Mayhem. Yes, it's only the third one. We're still finding our feet, our little tootsies. No. Welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. This is Shattered Footsteps, episode 3 of our Die RPG campaign. I'm the Cthulhu Kid, or Mark. I am the master for the evening, telling you stories for these people to play about in. And we will start with Chris to introduce himself. Chris, who are you playing?
Hi, I am Chris, and I am playing Quinn the Dictator. A very, very friendly personality. Let's just put it that way.
She's an absolute joy. A pleasure.
Yeah. People just seem to do whatever she wants.
Yeah, I need to start playing by the rules a bit better there. Yeah, because after Binky, I think I did bad by him. Who's up next, Chris? Pass on the torch.
I will pass it on to Ashleigh.
Thank you, Chris. I am Ashleigh, and I am Selena, the God Binder. Selena is someone whose brother went missing many years ago playing a game and gathering together with friends to look over the game materials. As if by magic, they're all pulled into the game world as well. And Selena finds herself as the God Binder. And she is some kind of heavy metal holy crusader with a massive hammer and a leather jacket and the ability to talk to the gods and make deals. And, you know, I now owe the god of the underworld a couple of favors, and nobody else seems to be talking to me yet, but hopefully that will change.
You might change that soon.
And I will pass on to Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. I'm playing Frida Bacon. Some might say she's a winner, but in a much more real sense, she's not. She is a stand-up comedian who is living in her car. She was called to perform a gig, what she thought was a gig, but it turned out to be a game related to a younger trans person she met many years before. And now she's in the game and is just going with it. This isn't the craziest experience she's ever had in her life. It's not far off, but it's not the craziest.
Yet.
So I will pass it on, right? Sorry. Thea.
Hello, I'm Thea. I am playing Emma, the Loading Knight. Emma was until recently just a simple librarian, doing her best to support herself and her mother, living life in sort of a gray area where she didn't really enjoy anything anymore, to be honest. Thinking about her friend who disappeared many, many years ago and trying to find a way to get back. And now she's just leveled an entire city block, I believe. Maybe even more. I'm not even sure. Part of a sewer system at the very least. With the aid of her, until recently, giant mace called Tyrant, who makes her feel things she didn't even know she could feel. Pretty despicable stuff. So yeah, that's her. Passing it on to Patrick.
Hello, I am Patrick, one-time happy-go-lucky scamp, now working for the council. Oh, sorry, that's real life. I am playing Paul, a slightly burnt out social worker whose best friend disappeared into the John as a teenager disappeared into the game, and is now the Neo, the known as Distorted Echo, a slightly burnt out cyberpunk Robin Hood wearing too many belts.
Working for the council.
Working for the council. I should say this because
Why too many belts?
Because whenever John created it, it was the 90s, and belts were a thing.
So you've gone full Tommy Wiseau.
We all did. You don't remember when we described our characters?
Yeah.
Oh,
Back
yeah,
to
good
episode
point.
1. But this is a kink waiting to go wrong. The whole fucking thing is so much leather. It's unbelievable.
All right, and yeah, it really is. Oh God. Anyway, and is there anybody left to go? Ashleigh, are you?
No, I
No.
went.
Yeah.
I think that's us.
That's
Yes.
it.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I was about to say, oh, Colin. Oh wait, no, wait, Mark, you went at the start. No.
I did indeed. I get to go first every time. It's one of the privileges of being the person with the buttons. So we'll do a quick recap of what happened last time. After escaping from the original Master Craig through Callum using one of his cheats, you all fell through the world and into a sewer, where Quinn managed to break her arm, and were then chased by a massive monster that Callum decided to stay back and fight and get all of you to carry on. You escape the sewer, with Frida deciding to knock on some random door. After seeing wanted posters of yourself, Frida decided to chap on some random door and tell them she had the drugs with them. You know, as you do. Funnily enough, the person who opened the door let them in. Was very pleased to hear about the drugs, although something didn't seem quite right with the house itself. And after speaking with her god patron, Selena found out that the guy was a child murderer. Quinn Emma didn't go into the house. She was having conversation with Tyrant and decided to blow off some steam. Went back to where Callum had been fighting the monster to find a massive wall. And after breaking, the wall that Callum had made was broken, and the creature was lying there, not yet dead. Emma, wanting to vent a little, brought down her mace, yeah?
Yeah, it's a mace.
Yeah, a mace. And put a little bit too much juice into it, and managed to bring down the entire street, which we'll hear a little bit more about in a moment. Meanwhile, Quinn went to try to explore the house, and some withered hand fell on her arm, and tried to pull her into a dark doorway. This is when Quinn freaked out and used the voice on the host, and managed to make him rip his own face open while trying to please her with a smile. When they all heard the the street crash, they went to investigate. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at, Frida? That's enough of that for you. Hey, comedian.
Sorry, So the street exploded. A child murderer ripped his own face open by smiling too much.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is fine. This is all fine.
It's
This is
fine.
a fine evening.
You've played games with me before. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted by some laughter. They went to find Emma, finding her buried under some rubble in the sewer. Selena, being the lovely person she is, went to help and managed to fall into the sewer, into the crater that Emma had made. Looking upon the weapon, looking past the weapon, the wall, a face appeared on the wall. And as Selena looked at it, the mouth started to open brick by brick into a giant smile. And that's where we left it. So I am really bad at doing recaps. So if anyone's listening, I do
That was a
apologize.
good recap.
Yeah, it's a good recap. I think you got everything.
Thanks. Yeah, I think I did as well, but that's might be wrong. But anyway, so let's start our little game then. You see the bricks start to flip open like a big crooked smile. Selena. And as it opens, you see someone standing behind these stone lips as it opens up wider and wider and wider. Emma, you don't see that because as the mouth starts to open, you start to hear the screams and the wails and the cries of the people whose houses you just destroyed. You hear children screaming, you hear adults screaming, you hear screams of pain, screams of grief, screams of anger. Everyone can hear them, but you can hear them louder and louder. And this tyrant whispers, "You don't need them anyway. They're fucking weak. You should have destroyed the whole fucking city."
Wait, hang on.
You,
I
this was you.
didn't do anything. I just wanted to. And she's gonna actually start to climb up, try to get up from the pit, and start to like look to see actually the damage if she can get any clear view.
You start to climb up. You need to go past Selena. The rest of you are still standing on the floor above. You can clamber up fairly easily, and you see up into the night sky, the stars shining down, and you can just see the rubble, the breakage, the stones all tumbled down around. You start to see people moving around, lifting rocks, trying to move them out of the way. And all the way Titan's whispering.
Is it the entire city, like down from where I can see?
You're a bit too low at the moment, but from what you can see, it goes a far, far way.
Shit.
Selena, Emma pushes past you, or makes her way past you.
Yeah, she looks a bit shell-shocked, like there's sort of like panic in her eyes, like she doesn't even see you, Selena. She just kind of goes past.
Yeah, so I'm just... Okay, but you said I could see somebody through the smile, was it?
Yes.
Like on the other side of the wall? Do I recognize this person?
It opens wider and wider, and you see a tall black woman. She looks fairly, not old, but it's like in her 50s. Wearing a kind of shining, shimmering silver dress. And as the smile opens, it now starts to look almost clown-like as the bricks split apart. And a siren comes to help all those people that are really badly.
Wow, this city's got some impressive infrastructure.
Yes, I mean, Craig did do it. You don't recognise the woman, but she sees you and she smiles.
Well, I'm absolutely going to smile back and say, "Hello."
Selena.
You know me?
I know of you. I think you should get your friends and come with me. Emma's little mishap might bring the wrong attention, and there's nothing you can do to help them now anyway.
Not that I have a problem with accepting offers from strange women in walls, but may I ask whom I'm speaking to?
My name's Leanne. I was here before Craig was.
You know about Craig?
I know about a lot of things.
Okay. So at this point, I'm sort of starting to shout and gesture to, guys, I think I found us a way out. And sort of clambering up and trying not to get too far away. We're going, yes, absolutely, we'll come with you. Just bear with me 1 second, because this lot are like herding cats. So I'm sort of clambering up and saying, we've had an offer of safety. Can you all just come down here? Wow, you really made a mess out of this place, didn't you? Emma.
Emma's
Wait,
not
this was
listening.
Emma?
She's like focused, hyper focused on the side in front of her, eyes going wide, like a sort of hopelessly lost, almost shivering.
Emma, we can't help all of these people, and if you tell them what happened, they're going to want to lynch you. Come on, we don't have time. Let's go.
Frida goes down while saying, "Wait, this was Emma."
I think she put a little bit too much force into whatever she was doing.
I didn't do anything. I just wanted to feel better. That's really it.
Well, good job.
Let's not get bogged down with who did what to who. Let's
You're
talk
standing
more...
right next to a fucking child murderer with split open, what do you call it, cheeks. You know, context. You did something by accident, he murdered children. You know, make you feel a little better. That's why he's there.
Yeah. See, I thought this was Binky.
It is Binky. It's just Binky is a nightmare. So let's talk more escaping.
Okay.
Leanne steps towards you, Frida, as you jump down. I was going to say it's nice to put a face to the name, but Chloe just made you, didn't she? Nice to meet you. My name's Leanne. She holds out her hand.
A pleasure.
I think
sorry,
we should
Leanne.
move quickly now. The watch will be here.
Absolutely. Sorry, what?
Quinn, Pat,
Who?
Paul.
There we go.
Paul
Something with a
is-
P.
Paul is trying to see if there's anyone he can actually rescue, like under rubble and stuff like that. He's scrambling around. He's picking and throwing bricks out of the way. He's really turning to try and digging somebody out right now.
You can
I
give
jump
me...
out and... Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. Give me an int roll, please, with a difficulty of 1, so you can take 1 success away from whatever you get, and you can
Sorry, did
use
you
your
say-
Neo dice.
Did you use an int roll?
Int roll, yeah, but you can use your Neo dice as well. So a D10.
No,
to it.
it's fine. I got a 4, a 2, and a 6.
So it's one success, because difficulty 1 you take 1 away. So roll your D10 as well in case you get more.
Okay. 2. Hang on, give me a second, because this is always a nightmare. Oh,
I should have. Yeah, I need to do a macro for you.
I don't know the hotkeys yet.
Right, okay, no, so still just the 1 success. The very first house you get to, obviously it's been more damaged than the ones further out. But you are able to find a young man hidden under a table. Bricks surrounding him. You only find him as Johnny 5 lets you know that there's a life form ahead. You're able to pull the bricks out of the way. And just,
Right.
again, like Emma, completely shell-shocked.
Hey there. How you doing, man? You holding? Hey, listen. I need you to do something very, very important. It's just one thing. It's incredibly important. Do you think you can do that?
He's shivering.
It's okay.
Yeah, sure.
I need you just to focus on my face. Just focus. I know. Strange, pale man. But you're going to focus on my face. And you're going to follow it. And we're going to get up and you're just going to look at my face while we're doing it. Do you think you can do that?
Yeah, and there's tears streaming down his face, leaving the tracks in the dirt.
Hey, it's okay to cry. Anyone who tells you it isn't has never had to. So come on. Out you come. Keep looking at my face. Don't look around, look at my face.
You can see
You see
blood
these?
on his arms, on his hands, as he's coming out. But it doesn't seem to be too badly injured, and he's just staring at your face as he pulls himself up.
Right, that's okay. And I sort of get him to keep focus on me, very gently lead him back out and just get him to we're out in the street and go, okay, I need you to just, what you're going to do is you're going to sit down, you're just going to sit down and you're just going to take deep breaths. Think you can do that? Just deep. No. 1, 2, and I'm going to need you to continue to do that. Okay?
Okay.
And do you think you might be able to help whenever you're ready? You might be able to help somebody. There's other people. Only if you want to, and only if you think you can do it. I'm not going to push you.
I need to find my friends.
You and me both. Keep taking the deep breaths. That's it. And then Paul looks around, just and realizes, holy fuck, I'm by myself. Doesn't say those words because those aren't the words he wants to say to it.
Yeah, I think you can probably
Shall
see
we-
Emma standing there, like
Yeah.
sort of looking at whatever's happening, just still not moving.
Okay. Emma, are you okay there, Emma? I know, stupid question, but Emma.
Did I fucking do this? Was this me? Did I do this? Really?
I don't know, Emma. I don't know who did this. I have absolutely no idea. It could have been... There was that thing that was chasing us. It could have damaged the ground underneath it. I don't know what happened.
You did it and you loved it.
I didn't love anything of it. It was horrible. I shouldn't have done it. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry.
I
Once-
jump out.
Yeah.
I jump out and just say, like, none of these people are real. None of this is real. It's all fine. We need to go to the lady in the sewer who says that she knows things.
The fuck are you talking about?
You
How
saw
much
the
coke
did you
bells ringing.
take?
None
Sorry?
of these suffering people who are dying are real.
You
All
start
of this
your
is a dream.
bells
It's a
ringing.
fantasy.
And lights in the sky, flickering
muted.
torches.
Ashley, you're mute.
Sorry about that. Guys, the watch will be coming. There will be people, real or not. There will be people here soon. They will be looking for us. We have to go.
Okay. Paul turns back to the young lad and says, you keep breathing. And whenever... Looks like the watcher's going to... Somebody's coming to help. You keep breathing. Okay?
Okay,
Emma,
thank you.
no problem.
Yes.
And do you think you're ready to go? Do you think you're ready to move?
I mean, I guess I have to.
Have to is what we're going to work with. Let's get back into the sewer.
I'm not touching that thing though. She like looks at the mace on the ground and really
The
not.
mace isn't on the ground anymore. It's in your hand.
She drops it instantly as she realizes, and just flees down with the others. Finally,
Frida picks it up and says, Emma, you dropped your mace. And
great,
runs
throw
after
it
her with
away.
Throw it away. Can I have it?
No!
Take it.
Oh, fine. Fuck it. Throws it behind her and runs after everyone.
Leanne is looking at you, Quinn. I'm afraid your pet can't come with us.
Why not?
I will not have his kind in my domain.
Okay. I've grown quite fond of him. Can I just say goodbye to him?
Do as you wish, Quinn.
Quinn turns around to Binky and wags him over with her finger.
The blood streaming down, walks towards you.
What exactly did I do to you?
I don't know, mistress.
Why do you want to serve me all of a sudden?
I'm not doing the fucking things you told me to.
And you just felt the need to do it, or
Nods, and you see tears in his eyes, the pain.
so if I told you to take a stone from over there and beat in your own head, would you do that?
Yes, mister.
Would that set you free?
He looks at you, uncomprehending.
Do it. And she turns
Walk
and
over. Or everyone else sees him walk over, pick up a stone, and start bashing it into his head.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
A couple of thumps, and it falls to the ground. The body's still twitching a little bit. Leanne looks at you. You're nothing like your sister, are you?
I was just curious. I want to understand.
If you were
I need to
curious,
know.
you would have made him like stand on one leg, not beat his head in with a rock.
He was a murderer, wasn't he?
Yes, was operative word. Let's
Quickly
go,
now,
shall we?
One
watch
less evil
over
in the
your son.
world. Let's go.
And then as I'm going, I kind of hear a clang of metal as my foot strikes something. Oh, Emma's dropped her mace, and I just bend down and grab it.
See, he's thinking of others. Selena, you heard a voice in her head. Be careful with this one. She doesn't truck with any of us.
Good to know. Whoever you are, mysterious voice in my
Sorry,
head.
that's your god. The
Oh, Hados.
yeah, Hados, thank you.
Yeah. Well, you at least got what you wanted, thanks to Quinn.
That wasn't mine. Had you taken, then it would have been mine.
Okay. But I'll be on my guard around Leanne then.
Good. Wouldn't want any mistakes.
No, of course not. You know, kind of definitely going, yeah, absolutely, in a tone of voice that says, yes, cool, I'm very happy to have this conversation later, but right now I'm focused on doing the thing. And with on getting away, exactly. And I've got this thing in my hand, and I'm thinking, I prefer my hammer. And then just walking through the portal in the wall that Leanne has made for us. So, yes.
You walk through. Are you with them now as well, Paul?
Yeah.
Leanne waits till the last of you goes through and takes one glance back at the street and shakes her head. Steps after you. Behind her, the bricks close. You're in complete darkness for a moment, and then everything lights up, and you're in a room that could have been any of your rooms in the 90s. So a beanbag, well, so if you're a bit richer, a beanbag seat, things like that. Posters on the wall of bands you don't recognise, and when you look closer, the faces aren't like real human faces, kind of like an AI generated, back when it couldn't do as well. Saying this is a human if you don't look too closely, sort of thing. I thought this might make you all feel a little bit more at home.
Wait, I'm a little bit confused. Do we know you?
No. If
you know
you've
us.
been lucky, I know of you. I know John. We worked together many a time. I know. I have been close with people who are close to you. I also met Callum just not long ago.
Is he alive?
He's alive, but not in great shape. I couldn't stop Craig from taking him again.
Wait, why? Can somebody explain what is going on? Like, just why are we like really here?
She walks around, looks at all of you. It is a rather complicated story. Time passes here the same as it passes where you're from. So it's been, what, 20 years? When they came here, they thought it was a game. When they found out it wasn't, they decided to stay.
Wait, so it isn't a game? This isn't a game.
It depends on how you look at it. Everything's a game, really. This is maybe more a game than most.
What?
The games can be dangerous. I'm sorry, I've not had to speak about these things in quite a while.
You're speaking in riddles, to be honest.
Is this like Jumanji?
I'm not quite familiar with Jumanji.
Bunch of people get sucked into a board game.
It's not dissimilar.
So, does everybody in this place know that they are in a game, or does this world seem as real to them as
Not
ours
everyone is
does
in a
to
game.
us?
You are in a game. They are at home.
So for them, this is a reality. They're as real as they are, as real as we are.
Yes.
So
Them,
I
there's-
With all due
read
respect,
wrong
I'm going
stuff.
to choose. Oh, sorry. With all due respect, I'm going to choose to believe they're not real.
Frida, you can believe whatever you wish. Emma, she looks at you and hands you your mace, which is no longer with Selena. You can't give up your tyrant yet. You might be able to at some point.
No. You don't understand. I don't want to use it ever again, if that's even a chance of that happening.
That is not an option you have at the moment. And is it not better
What do you mean
to
it's not an
control
option? What do you mean? Please, just tell us. Can you please explain what's going on?
Okay. Welcome to Die. This is a world of stories. And people come to this world, to these worlds, and add their stories to it and shape it. And they grow and they are real and they are alive and they take form of the people who create them. This part was created by all of your friends and family. This was, what did they call it? When they arrived, the Knights of Worthingtonia was the world that they had created. It didn't stick for long. You are a loathing knight, Emma. Willow made this decision.
I'm a librarian. What are you talking about? I don't. Knight?
You are a librarian in your world, yes. In this world, you are what they call an emotion knight. You are the master of one of the 8 cardinal emotions. For you, it's loathing. Because that is what Willow chose in the beginning. Don't worry, she didn't stay a loathing knight.
What do you? Hang on. So do you know Willow?
Yes.
Like, is she out there still?
She might be.
What do you
It's
mean she
been
might?
quite some. Do you keep tabs on everyone you have ever met?
I'm sorry. Okay. How do you know them? How do you know any of the friends and family we have had?
Again, it's kind of difficult. I played a game a long time ago, and I ended up here as well. I don't understand everything, and I've been here a long, long time. But I do understand that what your friends did saved saved the world. Saved me. My world would have crumbled as well. I was given refuge with them. I was able to adventure with them. I got to know them. We were companions. I saw them drift apart, or split apart, and go their own ways. I talked to Chloe recently, though.
Go their own ways. They're all still here?
Some of them.
You spoke to Chloe recently?
Yes. I think it might be her fault you're here.
What? Wait, did she speak to Callum?
No, but she did make... She found a way to make things available to Callum that he might not otherwise have found. She's a powerful girl, that Chloe.
The game itself. She was the one that supplied him with it, maybe.
She was the one that made sure the things could be found.
So she left a breadcrumb trail for Callum to follow. I manipulated him.
Yes.
That's my girl.
I don't think she meant for all of you to end up here. I think she's just worried about Craig.
But isn't that a thing? Wouldn't we all need to be here?
Okay, these are parts of the rules that I'm not sure of. I don't know.
Well, where's Chloe now?
Chloe is off trying to fix some other parts of the world. She really grew up while she was here. She's still a fool, but she's no longer free to be.
So she was playing as me?
Yeah.
Those
Why?
sheets.
I think you'll need to ask her that.
Those sheets, those pieces of paper that we had that were part of the game, that's us. That's who we are now. Juno Dubois is the character that Jules made. He wanted to be this.
She.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't feel so bad about it, Selena. She understood. It hurt, but she understood.
Is she still here?
I have not seen her in a long time.
So you don't keep in touch with any of them, really?
This world is bigger than you might imagine.
Oh God, shut the fuck up. Can you just stop talking in riddles and blah 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 bullshit and just tell us what you know? Why are we here? What do you want us to do? What is the big adventure? This is boring me slowly.
Oh, Freya was honest about you, wasn't she?
Yeah, right. Of course, Freya, always.
Unfortunately, I think she may have given you a touch too much power. You, Quinn, are the dictator. You have a power that no one should have.
So, why would my sister give me so much power?
She didn't mean to give it to you.
Ah, yeah.
It was her power. She didn't expect you to come here.
Mm-hmm.
What power does she
Okay.
have?
So can we just get to the point? What are we supposed to do? What do you want from us?
Hang on. You made Binky beat himself to death. I think that what power does Quinn have?
Wait, hang on. She did what? Who's Binky?
The child murderer.
Binky
long
was
story.
a child murdering maniac inside of a game. Inside of a magical blah, blah, blah game. At the end of the day, we're not going to spend the rest of our lives here. We all want to go back home, don't we? We have lives outside.
Well, Jules doesn't. The person you were close to who disappeared 20 years ago, they are still here. Some of them, at least. Even if it's...
For one thing's for sure, the only people we know who are still here for sure are Craig, Callum is obviously here, and Chloe. Everybody else is a question mark at this point. Am I right?
The only people we know who are here who are real are us and Callum, who brought us here. Everything else could be fake. I mean, little Miss Vague over there in the corner has only been talking in riddles. She's met each of our close companions and relatives and siblings and who crossed paths with her but then disappeared into various routes. Just tell us why we're here. What is the quest we're supposed to complete? Give us a bit of hope. We'll do it and we'll return back home. That's the way I see it.
But before that, Leanne, what's Quinn's power?
Okay, the way the game took shape was they were all paragons. You all have an archetype. Craig was the master, he was the storyteller. He shaped and controlled the world, at least in the beginning. Juno was a godbinder. Juno was able to speak with deities and bargain with them. As I think you might already have noticed, Selena.
Yeah, you could say that.
That weird guy that showed us in front of you at one point.
Yeah. There's a god of the underworld here. I think...
He's not allowed in this room. He knows that.
Well, I shall thank him for respecting a boundary, but...
It's nothing to do with respect.
This is so fucking metal.
Yeah, this is really... Where are we, by the way? Is this safe, where we are now?
As safe as any place can be. You're under my protection for the moment.
And as much as I might disagree with Quinn's attitude, I would like more answers, please. Like, why are we here? Please tell us.
Craig has something called, well, Chloe told me at least. When I was young, they didn't have names like this, but bipolar. And she thought that Callum might be able to help. It does not seem to have went the way she wanted it to.
I'm confused. We are here because... Why?
Because Chloe wanted to help her friend.
And I'm guessing that they're actually quite happy being here. For the most part, anyway.
If there is a way home and they've chosen not to take it...
They chose to stay.
They got the power of literal gods.
They chose to stay. All of them?
All of them. It's the only way that works.
What do you mean the only way that works?
I can't explain it. That's something... That can be your quest, Quinn, to find out. If it keeps you busy.
Okay. So, let me just get this straight. Searching through the game, the world is made up of things about the people in it, the players. All of our friends and family chose to stay here for whatever reason. Chloe has set a breadcrumb thing to expertly manipulate Callum into getting us into the game to save Craig from being bipolar in some vague way.
To save him from being bipolar? Yes, I think you're right, Paul.
We're just We're just collateral damage.
Fair enough. And so Selena can talk to gods.
She can.
Emma can lay out massive chunks of a city.
Okay, I won't do that again. Okay, so let's just drop it, please.
Well, don't say never, because that could be proved very useful in this.
No, I won't. I won't.
Fair enough.
You
Okay,
hear
fine.
Tyrant, who's suddenly in your hand. Yes, you will.
What? How it? She drops it again. It's like,
Ow! Stop doing that.
stop
It's most irritating.
teleporting or whatever you're doing.
Teleporting. I
Let's
am
go
part
back to
of
the
you.
powers and archetypes thing. So, what can I do? What's my deal? Because I can do
You-
this. Fire fists.
You are the fool.
I
Yeah,
do
that
what?
tracks.
You.
Everybody's saying,
are-
yeah.
Yeah. You are the one who does not put the most thought into things. You are at your best when you are at your most chaotic. When you are acting in a fashion that how to best to phrase it? When you're foolhardy, when you are gung-ho, when you are acting without thinking, when you are making others laugh, when you are making others feel good, when you are being the luckiest you can be, that is when you are at your most powerful.
So, like,
Well, that's lucky.
That's power, luck.
so I'm like a ninja monk Han Solo.
I
Okay.
don't know what all of those words mean, but yes.
How long have you been
Oh.
in this game for?
Oh, I think 60 years.
Wait,
Wow, you-
60 years?
I wasn't always in this part of Die, but
Wait. When does it end? Like, when do you get away from, like, back to your... That's gonna happen, right? At some point?
this is my home now.
Okay.
It's not everyone's home. Not everyone stays and die. But you are all a special case. This has never happened before, as far as I know.
Okay,
Well, it
what
must-
about... Sorry, go ahead, Talina.
Something similar must have happened, though, when Jules and Craig and all of our nearest and dearest, they were here. They were
No.
being...
This is the first time somebody from here has called somebody from our world in here. Isn't that what you mean?
Partially, yes. This is the first time someone has inhabited the persona, the paragons of someone else.
Yes,
Wow.
because this has happened before. This has happened many times before.
What was, Fredo? What was it that guy in the bar said to you when we first got here? How are you looking so young again?
That's right.
And
he
you said
did.
yourself, we are now their characters. So does that?
I'm guessing
Part of me
that
would
they
try to
aged
say that-
20 years. I guess that they played these characters for 20 years and grew older.
And we're the regenerated version, and rather than causing a nuclear explosion when two atoms inhabit the same spot, we've just essentially created a Freaky Friday moment.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
there's so many people that I'm kind of weirded out that Chloe chose to play me, but I'm also very thankful that Chloe chose to play me because I only have to worry about like 2 names. Like I don't know how to keep up with everyone else having like 3 names.
I only have one name, it seems, but
You had another name as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, why did Willow start as a, what do you call it, loathing night?
Loathing Night, yeah. That's the character she wanted to play. That is what she felt
But, I
most
mean-
in tune with at the time.
That's not her at all.
Are you sure?
I mean, I guess I'd have to ask her. I don't.
And when was it? When we were teenager? Of course, they were going to be loathing. All those.
No, but you don't know her, Paul. She was also bubbly, energetic.
I work with troubled kids every day.
Well, maybe she was light and bubbly because she poured all of that rage, aggression, nastiness, and yes, loathing into something else.
And maybe just being around you was enough to actually help calm her down for them.
I hope so. I'm starting to think I might have been a problem now.
Yeah, I think we're all finding some things out here, aren't we?
What about Paul? He says he has an AI.
Yes, this was something that was new to me as well. An artificial intelligence. John explained it to me. A little voice in your head that can work things out for you, can help when our version of the Neo. Oh, sorry, there is a Jeff. Amazing. Hi, Jeff. How you doing? When my version of the Neo, I think we called it a rogue back then. There was a voice in the head, but not anything you could see or help with. It just kind of an intuition of where you could find the fair gold, where you could find how it could help you out. But this seems something different.
You said you worked with John a couple of times.
Yes.
Doing what exactly?
How did he put it? Fighting the system.
That's John. What system was he fighting, though?
In one of the other lands, there is a city-state. What's the name of it, Patrick? What was the name of the city that John had most of his adventures in?
Who's Patrick? This is the second time this has happened tonight.
Is he asking you, Patrick?
Oh, right. Oh, shit.
Haha.
Good.
Aha.
You got me.
Yes.
Right. Shit. Actually, let's get my notes up. Actually, a couple of us, I think, want to have a 5-minute. Can we take a 5-minute now, and I'll have that by the time we come back?
Oh, sorry, was that in the chat and I didn't see it? Yeah, we will take a 5-minute break. Thank you very much. And thanks to anyone watching. We will be back in a few minutes. Bye.
Yay. Thanks.
And, well, did someone forget to loop the track? Oh my god, I bet you that was you, Tim. Did you forget to loop it? That is terrible. Anyway, welcome back. We are coming back to our story where, yeah, we are back, according to Sure. We're getting a bit of an info dump. Paul was just talking about his friend John and finding out what it was he was up to. And Leanne had said they went on some adventures fighting the system in a city called, what's it called?
Sorry?
Necro-Urbis.
Urbis. Yep.
Necro-Urbis.
God, that was the name of the place where we set some of our songs in. I chose it because it was meant to be, dead as in society, being dead and numb to everything. He just thought it was cool.
Is that a Cradle of Filth song?
No, we were never into those guys. They looked like
Pathos would
pandas.
approve.
He actually does look like, oh god, I feel so embarrassed. You know.
Yeah, you should be, because Cradle of Filth still owe me money. I'll have a gram.
I honestly don't know if you're in character or not.
I'm going to leave
Yes.
that up to you to decide.
They were, what did he call them? He said they were fascist. This was a city that ground people under their heels.
Yeah, that's the setting.
This place
And-
really is a lot like home, isn't it?
Parts of it might be.
Does sound like Euro Disney meets Stalingrad, but was less of the Birmingham.
So I think the play here is to find Chloe for two reasons. One, she is, apart from Craig, the only person we know is here. And two, she has something to do with us being here, whether intentional or not.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Though, like, I guess, doesn't seem like Quinn is that interested in being here. Can't she just go home then? Like, how does that work?
That's not the way it usually works, unfortunately. And I'm not sure how it works at all in your situation.
Okay.
You're saying that everyone had to decide to stay. That would suggest that everyone has to decide to leave.
That makes no sense at all, because what if half of the people want to stay and half of them want to leave?
All right.
If
Then they're
everyone
gonna
has
start
to
having
decide
arguments.
to leave.
I've seen that happen. It does not end well.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Well, I guess I'm stuck with you until whatever else happens, happens. So how about we just get on with it?
All right, where was the last place you knew that Chloe was at?
As far as I know, Chloe was actually heading to Necroorbis. You might not like
Oh,
what you
good.
find there, Paul.
What do you mean? No riddles, no guessing games. What do you mean?
John isn't the person that you knew.
So John is there then, and is
He was
Silly.
the last time I saw him, yes. I'm
Wait,
no
hang
longer
on.
welcome in Necroorbis.
a little bit of a step back. Why are you helping us with all this?
When Callum fell and Craig came to get him, I managed to intercede on Callum's behalf. I remember how Craig talked about him when he was younger. Craig is not at fault for what he's doing just now. He's not to be excused, but he's not at fault. And if you see the city as it is now, it's not always like this. It changes with Craig.
So it reflects his emotional state.
Yes.
Well, I'm
He
sure
still
going
has a
to
firm
the
grip here.
From the way you're describing it, you're making them sound like Greek gods.
Gods in microcosm, perhaps. There are greater powers than us. In our own domain, then perhaps yes, we could be considered gods. The Master has more power than most, but with that power comes potential difficulties.
Yeah, no shit.
You can only cheat so many times before you get caught. And if you get caught by the ones who stand above, you don't have many options.
What do you mean stand above? Like the gods that Selena can talk to?
No above them. Greater risks. Thank you, Tim, because I could not get that word in my head.
Above them, even.
Yes. The gods
Okay.
that you talk with are the gods of these words.
But
They
even the
didn't-
gods have gods. Crazy, right? Can we get going?
Turtles all
I
the
can
way
leave.
down.
Okay, yeah, let's just. Leanne, are you coming with us? Or is this like a NPC in a video game kind of a deal? You're just going to crop up and say some incomprehensible shit every now and again.
I don't know what those things are.
For fuck's sake.
Are you going to be the wise sage giving us advice if and when we need it on our journey?
I am definitely not a wise sage. No,
Well,
at the
you're
moment
wiser than
I'm
us
going,
right now.
more knowledgeable does not equal more wise. I am going to try and talk Callum out of doing something with his brother that he will regret. This pocket will close very soon. I can't keep you protected here, but I can set you on your way to Necrorbis, if that is what you wish.
Well, wish is probably a bit of a strong statement, but we need to try and progress. So making contact with people that we know are here, we can get the lie of the land and work out how to go home. Back to our wonderful office jobs and credit scores and all that other wonderful stuff back home.
Right.
Ugh.
If I can cam, or if Callum can cam Craig down, maybe we can work on it together how to get you home. But for the moment,
Okay.
So we need to stop Callum and Craig.
no, we need to stop Craig from killing Callum, or worse, and help them to.
Well, then
you all
shouldn't we focus on that then?
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Okay. Well, Leanne, was that your name?
Yes.
You didn't quite answer my question.
What
Like,
question?
why are you specifically helping us? Like, it doesn't seem like this is. I understand you know Craig maybe, but why Callum? Why us?
A long time ago, when your original Paragons came here, I had just escaped my world. It was dying. And they found me. They'd been here a few years then. I still had my die. And I was able to help them. Their adventures were different from what I was used to. But they let me join them. They let me help them. They helped me. So I am now helping them. I am not part of this world properly, so I can't affect things the way I could in my own. I can't cast fireball or anything out there. I can't shield you from things that are bigger and scarier than you are. I can bring you here into this pocket until it closes. I can speak with people and try and help them, try and make them remember what it was they fought for, who it is they are, why they shouldn't hurt others, why they're not protecting their friends by hurting others.
Okay.
But this
I
isn't my
understand.
world, as I said. I've been here a long time, but every day my power fades a little bit. I don't have my die anymore.
That's the second time you've said that. What do you mean, your die? Are we all supposed to have a die?
You all do have a die. It's what brought you here.
Celine starts checking her pockets and
Yeah, I think Emma does too. Like, does she have that that
Yes.
DA that she had. Yeah.
I mean, you hold it in your hand, it burns slightly. Not burns, but is warm.
Quinn just observes everyone else. Doesn't really look for anything. It's just reading the room.
And what are we? Okay, you don't know, but sorry, this is just a lot to take in. What would you think? Like, what should we do, according to you? You've been here a long time.
As I said, these worlds they have their own rules. And
Necroherbus.
Necroherbus is where Chloe said she was going.
Then let's go
That's
to
not an
Necroherbus.
What were those
And-
things that attacked? We were attacked by things earlier
Right.
when we
Right.
first arrived. They looked like what we would call zombies, living dead, but with bits of machine attached to them.
Fallen.
What are those?
I think that's something that I don't have the right to tell you about.
Of course not.
As you said, Frida, it's all a game.
Well, Frida, do you think that Chloe would be able to help us? Maybe to. I don't know.
Well, at the very least, she may be able to explain what we're doing here, considering she's so far apart from Callum, Craig, the only other person who seems to be in some way involved in how we are here and why. So,
Right.
and also, she sounds to be. We don't know where anybody else is.
No, and there's a chance of Paul being there as well, as I understand it.
I'm
No,
Paul.
sorry. I'm sorry.
John.
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 It's too early in the week to have an existential crisis.
We're still missing George and Ringo though.
You know what? I think if nobody objects, Leanne, or as I will now call you, shit Gandalf. Let's
smiles.
do the quest to the herbs
To the
land.
Necroherbus.
Yeah, that. Let's go to the Cradle of Filth album.
I can't take you all the way there, but I can put you on your path. Once you're outside of
course
the
you can.
city, I understand this is frustrating. Believe me, it is frustrating for me, an old woman who was once basically all powerful, now stuck to shepherding ungrateful children looking at Quinn to do tasks that they should do on their own.
How did that happen? Like, does that just happen to anyone who stays there?
No, as I said, my world died. I made it here.
Quinn just starts laughing. She goes, "Can we stop this pity party? I'm old. I've lost my powers. I can't help you. Can you just bring us wherever we have to go? I can't stand being around you. Please."
Quinn, the room around you disappears, and you are sitting on a dirt road. The puddles round about, trees blowing in the wind. It's morning. You're alone.
I'm still rambling into the void. For God's sake, woman, you've been talking since... Hello?
She is quite an unpleasant character, is she not?
Do we see Quinn just vanish?
She's gone, yeah.
Yeah, just completely gone.
You know what? I know this is going against
Okay.
the spirit of things, but I'm fine with this because she's a dickhead.
Yeah, she has actually. Yeah.
She hasn't contributed very much to the narrative so far.
What is her power anyway? This is the last thing I'm going to ask you, and I'm hoping you can answer with a straight face, with a straight answer, Leanne. What is it that Quinn can do?
I think I can answer that. I think she can use words to bind people, to speak something which is then the truth. I think words are her power. So if we want to take away her power, we just have to find some way to gag her, I suppose, which hopefully won't contain any sexual overtones. Unless that's what we're all into.
With this amount of leather, yes, it does. It almost.
Oh. Sir, you wound me so accurately.
I like it. I like it a lot. Well, okay, let's go to the Urbis place, and you know, if Quinn is with us,
I will put you beside her.
oh,
She's not an evil person. She is out of her depth, as most of us were at one point or other.
I think that applies to all of us too.
Yes, but
Think
we don't all have her shining personality.
she's
If you
the
get
only
the chance to
person
meet her
here
sister,
so-
then you will see a marked difference.
Fair enough.
I thought you were about to say, if you get the chance to meet her sister, run like hell, but
No, Freya was a joy. Quiet, helpful. Looks exactly like her sister.
That
Oh.
might be a problem.
Oh God.
there's two of them. Well, come on, enough of this bitching, let's be on our way.
Sure.
I will contact you if I can.
Thank you, Leanne.
Say hello to Chloe for me. And
I
then
will
you
do
find
shit,
yourselves- You find yourselves on the road beside a Quinn who's now looking around as if, what the fuck?
Oh, there you are. Are you all right? We were so worried.
I
Come
wasn't.
on, Gwen.
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, at least she like brought me away from her yapping. Jeez, what was up with her?
Yeah, there are some people who just can't shut their mouth.
Yeah, but at least, you know, I don't have to break down buildings to cope.
Quinn, you are the
We can
only
kill him
person
now.
here so far who has murdered someone on purpose.
We can kill her now.
Listen,
Look at that
this,
smug face.
this is a game.
No.
This is make believe. This is some fantasy world we've been pulled into. We're probably still all high off our socks on the couch at that party because that freak who invited us drugged us, and we're just unconscious.
In a group hallucination?
Well then, let's start having some fun and
Weird
continue
ass
our way.
LSD. I don't know. I've never taken drugs before.
I have. It
Clearly.
doesn't happen like this.
Clearly, you have never taken drugs before. Clearly, that is the most obvious thing about you. Now,
That is
which
always
way which way is Cradle of Filth land?
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, we're on a road. We don't know which direction. Is there a signpost that we can see? Some sort of clue?
Not
If only
right
I
beside you.
had a navigation system built into my body. Just thinking out loud here, people.
Johnny
Oh,
Five
I hate it
needs fair gold.
Checks pocket, realizes it's a new day, so... All the gold. All that gold I got you. What the hell? Johnny
it
Five,
gone?
what happened to the gold?
Done.
I only used 2. There must have been about 8 left.
Fair gold disappears with Dawn.
So what you're saying is I need to kill someone to get more gold?
No. Fair gold is not only in Fallen.
Oh.
I need to do Johnny Five voice better. Fuck.
I have to actually rewatch that.
Yeah.
Not the second one, that was a bit racist.
Yeah. mean, the first one probably was too. We just didn't know.
Yeah. It's one of these things where we look back on rose-tinted lens, and then we find out what happened to the kid from Flight in the Navigator.
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny Five. Can you give me a list of parameters that would create fake gold?
I am not an alchemist.
Wait a minute. I've got a magic book.
Okay.
I'm going to try and make some of... What's it called?
Fair gold.
Fair.
Fair gold.
Fair. I thought you were saying
Fair.
fake. Sorry.
No, not fake. Fair.
Fair gold.
Fair.
Fair gold. All right. She goes through her book and she's going to attempt to make some fair gold.
Okay, give me a roll. You roll with charisma, don't you?
Yes. That is my
But you're not
magic,
getting your fool's
thingy.
dice for this. There's no tomfoolery here.
Right, so I'll... Did I... One sec, did I close? No, I didn't close it. Okay. One charisma roll coming right up. A 3, a 2, and a 3.
No, that is a fail. You start moving your finger. How does it look like? What does it look like when you cast this spell?
Well, she's not really done it before. Do you want me to describe it going wrong?
Describe whatever you want just now. How does it go wrong? What do you create instead of actual fair gold? Is it like Tim says and gold with chocolate inside, or?
See, so she tries to read out the words in it, but she's not very good with those. So at one key part, instead of saying "I clang gay" or something, she says Captain Kirk instead. And there's green and yellow sparks. And then something happens that is not ideal.
It's not a fumble, so it's nothing terrible happens, but
She accidentally creates a golden Star Trek like captain's logo badge that just clatters on the floor.
Paul picks it up.
Cool.
Does
Don't
that
get
have
the
the
feeling
face
of
of
it.
Tom Robbins?
this is worthless.
I'm impressed that you managed to create something with the face of Tom Robbins.
Okay, I may need to practice this at some point later.
From
Meanwhile,
that, you can take a circle on your die, on your full die.
Cool, I'm almost like at maximum circles.
Yeah, be good next time you roll it then.
Yeah.
Selena is also just kind of looking around to see if there's any mileposts or, those stones with the Necro Urbis pointing in a direction 20 miles or whatever. Is there anything like that around? Anything helpful? Or can I?
Sorry, you go.
I was going to say, if we're just outside of the city, then we can presumably tell in which direction the city is and go in the other direction.
You can do that, yes. You can see the city, you can see traces of it in the distance. You don't see the actual city, but you do see kind of murky cloud above it. There's no one else on the road at the moment. It's basically a fancy dirt road. The trees off to the side are not terribly thick, but you can see they get thicker the further you go on.
I have a proposal. Shit Gandalf said that I have the power of luck. So what if I just start walking in a direction and we get lucky?
All
Fuck
right.
it, why not?
That's the best plan all day. I think that's actually the best plan all day.
So how do you do
All
that?
right. So I close my eyes and turn in loads of circles on the spot, then stop and just point and start walking.
You point right into the trees.
This way, intrepid adventurers.
What, through the forest?
Paul, you... yeah, through the forest.
Yep.
Are we just gonna charge headlong in the dark? Do we want to stop and snap off some branches and make some torches or something?
There's still daylight at the moment, and the trees
Oh,
aren't
okay.
so thick. But at some point, you probably will want to.
I think fire hands can help us there, right?
That's a fair point. On we go then.
Okay.
Lead on, Luck Duff.
Suppose.
Johnny
Emma.
Fallon.
Emma's actually going to walk up to Paul and like sort of whisper to him, "Thanks for earlier, by the way. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to."
It's okay. It's okay.
Um,
Well, come on. I imagine we've got a ways to go.
Quinn creeps up on the both of them from behind and just goes, "What do you think that old hag meant when she said, 'not the person you knew'?"
Well, maybe it turns out there's 6 Shetland ponies in an overcoat. How the fuck should I know? The first...
You know what would be funny? If the anti-establishment punk turned out to be the fascist. Wouldn't it? Kind of ironic. And she just walks past them.
I'm not sure what's so funny about that.
Never in my life have I met somebody who's as much of a cunt as they are.
Yeah, I must admit. I don't usually
The polite just-
This is nothing against Chris, by the way. He's playing it brilliantly. I do love it.
Oh yeah, Chris,
Yeah.
I am in awe.
He's really
You
not
can't
like
see
this
it.
in
I am honestly doing the "we're not worthy" thing. It's just
Yeah, Chris is a lovely, very kind, nice, chill man who makes some really cool music. Chris
Yes,
Ubo
thank you.
appears. Chris Ubo appears, right? That's his thing.
Yeah,
What?
With that prediction from Quinn, I think we will leave it off for tonight. It's a good place to end it as you all head off into the forest, which is, as the crow flies, the direction of Necrorbus. The road was as the crow flies, it's that way.
We're not the sort of adventuring party that takes the road.
No.
Just walk right into. Have you seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
yeah.
When the paladin
not yet.
is walking away from them, it's not a spoiler. Right? It's not a spoiler. The paladin's walking away from them, and he just walks in a straight line, and there's like a big lump of sand. It's like, is he going to go
He just
around
walks
it?
over it.
Just walks back straight, walks over. So it's not a spoiler. It's not.
You know that
anything in the
actually
movie. Just whatever.
they did that because they didn't hear them yell "cut," so he just kept walking.
Okay, that's even better. Okay,
So that whole bit whenever
Tim's right.
Chris
We have
bang-
to stop complimenting Chris because it'll go to his head. This is-
Yeah.
Aw.
So true. So true.
But anyway,
Also, I just realised I said a
What?
word that in Mark and I's Celtic background is used quite frequently to describe everything,
Yes.
whereas
Good
in other
and bad.
people it might be a bit more.
The stream
Yeah,
has
fuck 'em.
like child murderers and
Yeah.
horrors and terrible things. I think the C word is the least of our worries where it comes to
We'll all end up in some
Off-colour
lists or
content.
something, I think.
we try
Anyway.
to get cancelled, and I'm just screaming, "I'm a member of the I'm a wobbly."
I am Marc. the
Card
Cruelty
carrying member of the IWW. Don't do this to me. I have so much.
I have so much to give. If you're watching or have been watching or will be watching, thank you very much. This has been episode 3 of Shattered Footsteps, or Die RPG actual play. I am having I should do an advisory, fucking definitely, for all the cunts out there.
What have I started?
I know, it's brilliant. It's going to go on forever now. Cunty cunt. We don't get monetized anyway, so it doesn't really matter. They can't demonetize. But yeah, so thank you very much if you're watching now or you're watching later on bod. Subscribe to the channel, like blah blah blah. Follow us on Twitch. I'm having a great time. It is a very weird story, but I think it's going good places. And to say goodbye, we will go out with Ashleigh. How was your night?
Goodbye. Sarah.
Who's next? Who's saying goodbye? How was your night, everyone?
Well, yes, good fun. Well, I mean, early days, isn't it? But we're just all kind of getting the measure of each other, A, as characters, and B, as role players, kind of thing. But I think there's going to be points when we start either working together or specifically like at loggerheads in character, and those are going to be potentially really awesome and funny and great, or really fucking dark and grim.
Yes.
But so I'm looking forward to, or both. I mean, one week and the other the next week. That's fine too. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Yeah, I think at some point either our entire party are gonna fuck each other or kill each other.
Possibly.
Why not? Yeah,
and it'll all be because of a spell that went wrong by Freedom.
Yeah,
that's not intentional whatsoever.
Like
and the next day, just really awkward, just like.
Like the last scene will just be Paul saying to Frida, "Tell you what, Frida, let's liven this up. I bet all my smack that I can't shoot the pina colada off Quinn's head."
Yeah, I'm going to turn everyone slowly but surely into Hunter S. Thompson. That's where this is going.
And then Chloe will come out and smack you up the head and say, "No, you're meant to be a hero." I'm looking forward to finding out what happened with everyone else. But anyway, we're going to head off and stop the stream. Yeah. Thank you all very much. I'm looking forward to when my next play.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.